Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday. First and foremost, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff because life's too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of your faces every Monday through Friday. It definitely brings me a lot of joy seeing each and every one of you tuning in. And do always look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, the runtime of the cut I am watching, your director, some trivia if there's anything worthwhile of mentioning, and a link for a trailer or a scene, which today I have a trailer for you, and there is a couple little trivia blurbs in there as well, so do keep that in mind to always look in the description box for more information. Anyways, let's move on to the movie of the day. This one is a very good one. It came out 31 years ago, and it is none other than The Church. Came out in 1989. Yes, folks, I can do math. This is the Blue Underground release, by the way. I do not have that new Blu-ray release of it. I would like to upgrade to that eventually because this one is a very good one. Now, it's been a hot minute since I've watched it. I put it on last night, and it just blew my mind how good this one it really is. And I should probably be doing it for a Friday review. It's that good. It's definitely I would hold it as one of the better ones out of this era, out of the era of film where they were doing these sort of like demon possession type films. It's definitely nowhere near as good as Demons 1 or 2, which, fun fact of the day, this one is also known as Demons 3, and I think there's also another Demons 3 called the Ogre, and then there's the Sect, and they all are pseudo sequels, but they have nothing to do with each other essentially. They're just that typical Italian thing of slapping a sequel number on there and calling it something and trying to ride in on the fame of the previous films. One of those ordeals. Not that this one needs to ride in on anyone's fame. This one is good enough as is. I think this one is worthwhile of owning and watching. Now, as far as this release goes, there is zero reversible cover artwork, but you do get a nice little insert right there with your chapter selections, your chapter index, which is kind of nice. As far as special features go, there is a Michele Soavi bio that you can read through, and then there's a trailer. There's not a whole lot of anything on here for as far as special features go. Hopefully that new Blu-ray release from, I forget who exactly released it, but hopefully they did a superb job with that and maybe added in some extra stuff. That would be really cool to see. Some interviews, especially one with Michele himself. I think that would be a great interview. I'd like to know what his reasoning was for stepping away from film, because the guy had a very good eye for film and had a lot of talent. He even had the great Dario Argento backing him through his career, so it's not like the guy was a slouch and he wasn't I guess accepted amongst the crowd, but he definitely was one of their own, and he just kind of stepped away from it. It's kind of sad. Too bad. Guy had talent. Now, as far as this one, the runtime, this one runs at 1 hour and 42 minutes, this cut here. Now, I imagine this one has definitely run into issues of being cut throughout the time. The very beginning sequence, you have a very, very brutal, this whole village is slaughtered because they think that they're all witches, because one of them bears the stigmata on the bottom of her feet. So yeah, they decide they're going to slaughter everyone, men, woman, and child, including the animals. They do a mass burial for all these people. And essentially they build a church over the top of it, and the church is basically a hollowed ground to keep the demons at bay down below. As soon as the what do they call it? The serpent with the 7 eyes. As soon as that is awakened, you have nothing else your life is fucked. You're done. It's the end of the world. Apocalypse is nigh. Now, as far as who do we have in here? We got Tomas, Arana, Feodor, Chapelin, Barbara Cupisti, Antoinella, Vitale, Giovanni, Lombardo, Radice, who is always amazing in everything he's in. And then there's also Argento in here as well, playing she plays a young girl in this, so that shows that she's been at the film. She grew up in film, so with a dad named with Dario being her dad, she grew up around horror films and giallo films and things that go bump in the night. So she's no stranger to when it comes to that kind of film, or just even being on set for something like that. And now, like I said earlier, this one's directed by Michele Soavi, Michele, which is Michael for Italian. Soavi is Soavi, it's Soabi, Soavi, I think is how you pronounce it. I could be very wrong. I've heard lots of different pronunciations on that one. I've heard someone say Soavier and Sovier and things like that. So I'm not 100% on that one. I'm going with Soavi. Anyways, now as far as what is this about, like I said, you have that very cool slaughtering of that entire group of people, which is very fun. You get to see a baby get stomped by a horse. You get to see a head get decapitated and it's being kicked around by a horse. It is very brutal, and it starts off with these Knights Templar type folks. They are part of the group of people that go and hunt down witches and kill them, essentially heretics and things of that nature. They're pretty cool looking. They come in and they're the ones that slaughter everyone. It's funny because the girl that has the stigmata on her foot, she comes up and she's like, "Oh, please don't hurt me. I'm just a child." Da, da, da. He takes his mask off and he gently caresses her face, and then he oh, it's great. He just starts smashing her head. Oh, I loved it. That shows you the kind of movie this is. It pulls 0 punches. So you fast forward it to 1980s, 80s at Italy, and you got this very old church that is a historical type monument because it is so old, and it is the only church to have been constructed without any kind of religious person or any kind of kings or anything like that buried in the hallowed grounds. It is a very you can tell everything that they're doing is trying to make the grounds look like they're tainted. Everything they do about it, they don't shy away on that. So you fast forward to you're stuck with this story where he's coming in to be a librarian, essentially a glorified librarian. He's there to take records of all the books and things of that nature that are in the church. He is essentially he's not wanting to just be a glorified librarian. Librarian. He is going to search out this beast with 7 eyes, and he does. He finds down in the basement, down in the very bottoms of everything of this church, there is a cross on the ground, and it has a beast with 7 eyes in the middle of the cross. He opens it up, which opens up the gateway to hell, And next thing you know, they're all this group of people that were out at the church doing various things. There is a field trip in there with a bunch of kids where they're going discussing the history of the church, which is very cool. There is another group of people that are there doing a photo shoot. There's one lady who's got this like very elegant type wedding dress on. She looks like a freaking swan. It's horrendous in my opinion, but it's supposed to be very elegant and expensive. And she gets it caught in the door at one point, and she's stuck there because the church has a mechanism on it, a failsafe, that if the portal is open down below, everything locks up. This is an old church. There's only one entrance and one exit in it. It does get a little claustrophobic, and that's what they're supposed to do. There's also a guy and a girl that are there on like a little date. She's kind of a finicky one. She talks about how she could go be on a date with another guy. He's kind of butthurt about it, as I would be too. I'd be like, really? You're going to talk about other men while we're out here trying to have a good time? They eventually, when they're in there, they go try to find their way out, and what happens to them, to the girl, and most importantly, is absolutely hilarious. I shouldn't laugh at it, but anytime somebody falls in front of a subway train in a movie, especially when you didn't know you were that close to something like that, it does kind of make me laugh, because she straight up like falls down and right as the train's going by, and she just splatters all over the front of it. It is awesome. So you got all these people trapped in this church. There's this other reverend who is kind of young and new to this church, and he is kind of shunned upon, not really shunned, but he is looked down upon because he is so young and he doesn't know Latin and things like that, and there are these old crotchety old priests that he is essentially having to try to get them to like him and accept him for who he is. Very, very interesting little story that's going on with that. He is the only one that seems to really care about what's going on. The one dies. The really, really old man who looks like he's about 180 years old. He is becomes quite the crotchety old man, or he is the crotchety old man throughout the whole movie. But he has a very interesting demise, and it shows what kind of a character he truly was. Because some people are just in things for power, for money, respect, whatever it is you're into. A lot of people are just, that's their strict and only agenda is something like that. Now, as far as this church goes, there's a whole thing about it. There's a spot where if you touch it, if you remove the piece there, it'll make the entire church fall down and bury itself, rebury the group of people down below, which is a very interesting ideal. I don't know if that's a true thing. If old churches did things like that, or old buildings did things like that, very interesting. And it has to deal with the architect of the building and how he was treated like a heretic once he completed all of his duties that he wanted them to do. So they're not good people, essentially. It bounces back and forth between some old timey stuff and the 1989 or 88, whatever. They would have been filming in 88, but it was released in 99. But neither that doesn't matter. But anyways. you got Ozzy Argento in here playing a younger girl, and she has this whole thing with where she sneaks out of the church at night. She's the only person that knows where there's this exit down below in the crypts, and she sneaks out at night and goes to the local discotheques and things of that nature. So she's a little party girl. um, but so there's a little bit of everything going on for as far as the story goes. It's a nice little hodgepodge of things. Never makes you feel dull or boring in it. As far as any kind of like technical ratings go, I would give this thing a 4 out of 5. It is technically very fluid. There's some awesome camera angles. Some like that cinematography is just gets beautiful in places. The special effects are fun. The creature, the demon that they show in the movie, I think is very cool. Very old school practical effects, which is what I love. There's none of that hippy dippy hipster trendy like CGI crap going on here. So definitely for my fans of the straightforward gore flicks that have practical effects, check out The Church. Now, as far as entertainment side goes, I would probably give this thing another 4 out of 5. This is like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 kind of movie. This is a masterpiece in my opinion, and a lot more people need to start talking about it. It's good. Definitely check it out. I can't say anything bad about this one. Every movie that I've done that I'm going to be doing this week is stuff that I thoroughly enjoy. Tomorrow I got a cannibal film lined up for you. It's stuck between two of them. I'm not 100% which one exactly I'm going to do. Excuse me. Either way, I'm doing a cannibal flick tomorrow's to round out the Italian week. So we had a giallo, we had what all we have in there? We had a Nazi exploitation, we had a zombie, and then today we got a demonic end of the world, gateway to hell type possession type movie, and tomorrow cannibalism. So we got a nice little variety of everything for the week. I'll go ahead and put that down. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Like I said, go check out The Church. If anything, go get that Blu-ray. I think it's under $20 on Amazon, which is an amazing price. I've been pondering of even upgrading to that one because I like it so much. It's double dip worthy. All right, y'all. Love your faces. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.